What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to Therapist Logan Reacts. Today we are doing a song by a new artist. We haven't listened to them yet, but I've listened to this artist a little bit, and I very much enjoyed them. And I found a song that they just dropped, and I'm really curious to kind of see what they wrote about. It's called Survive by Lewis Capaldi. So let's jump right into it. He usually tends to write songs that are pretty emotionally driven, and have had lyrics in the past that really reflect kind of the therapeutic talking points that I have. So let's go.
How long till it feels like the wound's finally starting to heal? How long till it feels like I'm more than a spoke in a wheel? Most nights I feel that I'm not enough. I've had my share of Monday mornings when I can't get up. But when hope is lost and I come undone, I swear to God I'll survive. If it kills me too, I'm gonna get up and try.
Oh my God. Lewis Capaldi. You just sent goosebumps, shivers down my spine. What a banger right off bat. Just survive. So I was already thinking kind of mental health oriented, and it really just, again, sounds, I don't know. To me personally, it's screaming out kind of depression. Because it talks with the opening line is, how long till it feels like the wound's finally starting to heal. So we have that deep internal cut, that deep internal wound that we're trying to heal, feeling like a spoke in a wheel, kind of feeling like that run around, kind of that continuous feeling that we've experienced, we constantly go through, but it still feels like there's pressure. Now there's pressure on spokes. So there's a lot of deep things just with those two lines alone. And then most nights I fear that I'm not enough. I think this is this really talks to the idea of self-confidence and how we believe in ourselves, our identity, and how our ego plays a role in that. And when it comes to depression, we typically question ourselves, or if we're looking at ourselves in the mirror, where we tend to not be able to recognize the person that we see in front of us. And then just here's where it really makes sense to me, leading as a person. I've had my share of Monday mornings when I can't get up. Now, I'm not saying that this can't be any other symptomologies of other disorders that I've seen, but typically this would encapsulate, again, my brain's leaning more towards depression. I'm not saying it can't be bipolar or anything like of that, but the higher acuity ones, we would get there. I would just need more from it. So I'm talking for more of a generalized basis. Again, don't want to jump in too quick. Don't want to make overgeneralizations, because then I'm already thinking with a biased brain. So as a therapist, I want to be able to hold myself before I kind of jump too far into it. But yeah, let's keep going.
Mornings when I can't get up, but when hope is lost and I come undone, I swear to God I'll survive. If it kills me too, I'm gonna get up and try. If it's the last thing I do, I've still got something to give. Though it hurts sometimes, I'm gonna get up and live until the day that I die.
So a lot of the chorus really just sounds like very self-motivating, and I think a lot of the times that is something that can play a role and sometimes can be beneficial throughout therapy, is having mantras that I'm going to get up, I'm worth something, I'm doing something when it comes to depression. And Typically, it starts off as clients or individuals not really believing it, it's just kind of saying it to themselves. But after a while, we really do begin to recognize the power that is how we talk to ourselves, whether externally or internally. And a very important thing that I've noticed too is we really are very negative to ourselves. We talk very negatively to ourselves internally. A lot of the times we're doing it without even realizing. It's so second nature. And if that's something that you're struggling with, I'm going to see if you could question yourself on that. Anytime oh, that was dumb, I can't believe I made that mistake, or that was really embarrassing. This is like, you can always reframe it in a different way that's more uplifting. But I feel like a lot of today's societal aspects and a lot of just the dynamic that we've kind of run into is we forgot how important it is to be kind to ourselves and give ourselves grace. We often feel like we don't deserve grace, and we often feel guilty when we give ourselves grace. And I think it's so important, especially a thing like Lewis Capaldi's chorus here is, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it even if I die. I'm going to live. I'm going to get up and try. Like, it's really just motivating themselves. And sometimes that's all it takes. And I think with depression, like, you got to really count the like little wins. Even just getting up out of bed, making the bed. Like, that's a massive win when you're struggling with something like this. And it can be really difficult. But I'm really loving where this is going. It's very motivating, and I like it. It doesn't sound like cheesy in any capacity. Like, sometimes songs can kind of come about to, like, if they try to lean on the mental health aspect too much. But this is, again, this seems more for him, and I love that.
I swear to God I'll survive. How long till you know that in truth you know nothing at all? How far will you go to get back to the place you belong? Most nights I feel that I'm not enough, but I refuse to spend my best years rotting in the sun. So when hope is lost and I come undone, I swear to God I'll survive. If it kills me too, I'm gonna get up and try. If it's the last thing I do, I've still got something to give. Though it hurts sometimes, I'm gonna get up and live until the day that I die. I swear to God I'll survive.
Oh my goodness, his voice is amazing. Oh, and I'm like becoming speechless in a way that, like, its song is touching me in the sense that, like, I feel like it's going to be able to do so much for others who are going through this battle, that silent battle of depression or major depressive disorder. And it's really hard to traverse that. And I know it is. And it's really hard to kind of talk about it because a lot of the time we feel as though we're the ones going through it and no one can really understand, and kind of trying to explain that to somebody when nothing in your life particularly is going wrong, but you're still just sad all the time. It's so hard for, like, to make other people understand that. And I think this is beautiful because a lot of the time there's a deep connection between those struggling with depression, how they can connect to songs that kind of revolve around it. I've noticed this with Juice WRLD songs and clients that I've worked with, and especially this one. Like, I think this one's going to be able to be so present for so many people, and I just think it's really important. Like, this is just, I hope it's just beautiful what music can do, kind of magically. But shout out Lewis Capaldi for really doing this. Like, let's finish this song up though. My goodness, this is beautiful.
if it kills me too. I'm gonna get up and try. If it's the last thing I do, I've still got something to give, though it hurts sometimes. I'm gonna get up until the day that I die. I swear to God I'll survive.
So I love the music video too, and if you're watching from a videographer standpoint, and just the things that jump out at me as a therapist is there were two parallel lines running along with this video, and one was flashbacks to this connection with music, with him seems to be getting new instruments for a Christmas of some sort, and what that blossomed into. That really shows that there's that drive, that motivation from where he's kind of come from. And then on the other hand, there are current videos of him working out and taking his health seriously. And those two are just so important, and it really seems, I know he also struggles with Tourette syndrome, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong. But along with the depression route, it really seems to be one, there's that meaning of life for him, where he really fell in love with music and what that did for him way back in the day when he first got his first instrument, and where he's kind of come from and where he's at right now. And that is, again, where you find a meaning in one's life. People come to therapy and they're always looking for the big question, big existential, what is the meaning of life? And I always tell them, that's the wrong question. It's what's the meaning of your life? Because everyone's story is different. There is no, for me, I'm not searching for a giant meaning of life. I'm searching for my meaning of life. That's my journey, my time being here. If you want to search for a big one, sure, that's fine. But don't know if anyone will really be able to give it to you, because everyone else is on their own journey. Doesn't matter how objective anyone else can be. You have to answer that question. And then on the other hand, there's that current situation. So there's one reflection on the past. So we typically, as therapists and new therapists coming up, if someone's focusing on the past or things from they've experienced, you'll typically see a lot of depressive symptoms. Typically depression aligns with that, and then anything future oriented is anxiety. But again, focusing on this, we see the past, and now we see the now. The now, what he's doing is he's focusing on his health and what he can do to maybe feel better physically. Because if we're not feeling good physically, that can also amplify kind of maybe some of the psychological aspects and psychological symptoms that we might be going through. Whether it's significant pain that we're conscious of or subconscious of, it's going to influence it. So it seems like he's really taking care of his health now, and he's really focused on kind of surviving, and that's okay. Sometimes with mental health and these things, sometimes there's going to be days where you just need to survive that day, and that's all right. And in doing so, it doesn't mean you're weak, it doesn't mean anything. Just surviving that day one step at a time. It's difficult, but the hard part is doing it every single day. And I think it's beautiful depiction. I mean, that's what it meant to me. I could have been completely wrong about what he wrote this about, but maybe it's just the topics and themes I'm currently seeing with the individual and demographics I'm working with. I don't know. But what do you think of this song? Comment down below if this made you think of any other things in your life, in anybody else's life, or anything that made you think of. Because I think the beautiful part about music is sometimes there's not. It's just kind of left up for interpretation. But leave a comment down below what you think. Make sure you like this video, and please, please, please make sure you're subscribed. We're getting there. We're so close to 1,000. I can't wait, and I'm so excited. And you guys have been awesome with all your support. So thank you again. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next video.